Chapter 48. Dend was the guardian of Earth. He still wasn't quite used to that. He stood on the edge of the lookout, leaning on his oversized staff, staring out into the skies of the planet, reaching out with his mind and scanning the human world below him. They're all just getting on with their lives, slowly but steadily advancing their race. Do they need me? I wonder, should a Namekian be governing human concerns? I can't imagine how we'd react to a human guardian on Namek. Dend? The young guardian looked around at the voice, seeing Mr. Popo approaching behind him. The genie's face bore his usual genial, if slightly befuddled, expression. Is something troubling you? You always could read people's emotions. Dend nodded slowly. Yes, it's a lot of things. I wonder if I'm needed. I'm not sure if an alien should have this position. I don't know, really. Well, I think I do, his friend said, with a slight sad edge to his voice. You're homesick. The future timeline. Gohan flexed his new arm, feeling the odd sensation of the pistons and gears hooked up to his nervous system. Huh, weird. Weird? Is that all? Bulma frowned. Oh no, don't thank me, that would be a little much. Huh, sorry. Thanks so much, Bulma. Gohan smiled sheepishly. So, how exactly does this work? Well, it's largely based off of 17 and 18, so physically it should be about as strong as them, but you can still augment it with your ki as normal. Unfortunately, I can't seem to replicate Dr. Gero's infinite energy source yet, so if you're ever completely drained it'll stop working. It runs off your internal power. And while it looks pretty robotic now, I'll probably get the hang of human-looking bionics soon, so I'll upgrade it to look more normal later. Gohan nodded. Right. That's great. It's weird, huh? One set of androids took my arm, the others made it possible for me to get a new one. He quickly realized his mistake. Oh, and you, of course. Right. So, how's your training been going? Bulma asked, switching topics rather suddenly. Oh, good. Really well, actually, Gohan said slowly. It's weird, being the learner for once, but with Break's help I've been able to fully master Super Saiyan just like she has. But I always get the feeling there's something more she isn't telling me. It's probably nothing. Say, where is she, anyway? Where do you think? Bulma began packing her tools away. Out there, helping out however she can. People have organized themselves so quickly, there's always some new building project someone with superhuman strength can be useful for. There had never been any need for secrecy, really. Rumors had always flown around about the mysterious golden-haired fighters who sometimes opposed the androids, and after one particularly impressive light show had coincided with the androids' disappearance, most people knew how to put two and two together. So now, of course, they were treated as heroes wherever they went. Gohan didn't mind, but he got the feeling Break was uneasy about it for some reason. But she still accepted it, giving aid to the best of her ability as the world slowly put itself back together. Yeah, that's like her. I keep telling her to take a break, no pun intended, but she never listens. He stretched, doing some basic warm-up exercises and putting his new arm through the motions to try and get used to it. Well, I guess I'll go check up on her, see if there's anything I can help with. See ya. Bulma waved as Gohan flew out the open window in a burst of energy. Everything's finally going right, huh? Those two are heroes, and the only androids are the converted ones from the past. None of them had seen 17 and 18 for a while. It seemed the pair had been content to blend into the crowd and enjoy the normal, human life Dr. Gero had stolen from them, while secretly continuing to help the rebuilding effort behind the scenes. It's coming up on a year of freedom. Maybe that'll be an occasion to see those two again, but then, maybe not. I'm not sure, given what they almost did, what they easily could have done, that I could stand to be so close to them. Maybe it's for the best that they left. Main timeline. Goku and Chi-Chi gazed down at their baby's wide, searching eyes. Wow. Goku mumbled. I'm still finding it weird that I even have one kid, and now I've got two. Heh. Chi-Chi shook her head. You'd better get used to it, hopefully it'll be easier this time around, now we've got more experience with this parenting thing. You know, Gohan turned out a lot like you, Goku commented. Or at least like you wanted him to be. He works hard at his studies, and isn't really interested in fighting. You think Goten will be more like me? I certainly hope not. Chi-Chi laughed. Who's there left to fight? Ha! Good point. Goku grinned. We've taken care of pretty much Frieza's family's whole empire, we've finished off the last of the Red Ribbon Army's androids, I guess we've got some peace at last. Well, I admit, it's less exciting without any of those enemies around, but at least it's safer for the kids. Right. Chi-Chi picked Goten up, holding him close. They'll get to grow up in a normal, safe world. And hey, even if something does come up, Gohan can handle himself in a fight, and I'm sure Goten will catch on, too. Goku patted the baby on the head. Our kids are gonna be just fine. Videl took a few hurried steps back as the dust cleared. Gohan's feet had scored tracks in the rock as he was forced backwards, and now he stood still, holding his ground. Both his hands were raised in front of his face, holding back his attacker's fist. The heavily muscled man stood over a foot taller than Gohan, and was decked out in standard Empire armor, colored a dark gray. A red-lensed scouter perched on his face, a tail curled around his waist, and most strikingly of all, his hair looked almost exactly the same as Goku's. What the? Gohan frowned. You look like my dad. His arms began to tremble as the attacker slowly increased the force of his attack. He grinned cruelly. I see, is that so? Narrowing his eyes, he sent out a wave of ki that flattened Gohan, driving him into the floor. Clearly you're ill-informed about your own race. Certain genetic strains are common among us Scions. Now, can I help you? Gohan climbed to his feet. Sure. You can surrender control of this half of the planet before I have to make you. Ha! That's a good one. I guess you've worked out that I'm Tolls. It wasn't very hard, there aren't exactly many Scions running around these days. True. But don't get any big ideas, your power is impressive, I'll grant you that. Maybe defeating some of my soldiers made you think you were something special. But, his arm swung around, a blindingly quick uppercut launching Gohan into the air, through the ceiling and out into the open sky, where he managed to stop himself in midair. However, before he could fully recover, Tolls appeared in front of him, grabbing him by the neck. But there's a difference between the two of us. He held firm as Gohan struggled in vain to prise apart the iron grip around his neck. You're subject to the normal limits of your Scion body, whereas I have eaten the fruit of the Tree of Might. I have met those limits, and surpassed them all. Trying to do something brave, like challenging my rule would be foolish in the extreme. If you'd be willing to work for me, though, I might not have to kill you just yet. Why, you? Gohan hissed. You're not the only one who's exceeded those limits. Oh, really? Care to explain? Or you could just die, I suppose. You know, whatever works. Gohan's power surged to the surface as he transformed, a golden wave of energy rippling through his body and exploding outwards, forcing Tolls away. Am a Super Saiyan. What? Tolls shielded his eyes from the light, then ripped his scouter off as it malfunctioned. Don't tell me, the legend. That's right, Tolls. Gohan's eyes hardened. You can't beat me, give up now, and I won't hurt you. Ha! Tolls grinned maniacally. I know what you're thinking, you're a Super Saiyan and I'm not, so there's no way you can lose, right? Something like that. Well, think about it this way, I've eaten the fruit of the Tree of Might, and you haven't. I'd say that about makes us even. If you say so. Gohan smirked. I mean, if you think your diet plan is greater than the legendary transformation of our race, then go ahead. Come at me with your best shot. Sounds like a plan. Tolls charged in, throwing a straight kick, but Gohan dodged to the side. Even now, the gap between us isn't as much as I thought it'd be. What kind of fruit is this? Gohan jumped back as Tolls continued his attacks, growing more frenzied and uncontrolled, but strangely faster at the same time. Tolls began to tap into his full power as his regard for the safety of his surroundings was drowned out by his desire to kill this unexpected opponent. I will end you, child. His punch shattered the highest tower of the palace, sending out shockwaves that flattened trees miles away. Well, you haven't laid a hand on me since I transformed, so I'd say that's unlikely. Gohan sent an elbow crashing into Tolls' shoulder, knocking him away through the air. Righting himself, Tolls howled in frustration. This isn't happening. Veins popped out on his forehead as his power surged through him. You're not even a true Scion. The injustice, the legend fulfilled, the Super Saiyan emerges, and it's this whining brat? You're fighting for people you don't even know, it's ridiculous. Of course, I don't expect you to understand. Gohan floated up next to Tolls, hovering a few meters away. But that's exactly the point, someone like you could never transform. The warrior with a pure heart, awakened by fury, that's a Super Saiyan. Not a bloodthirsty murderer. He clenched his fists, ready to end the battle. You. Tolls growled in a low voice. You're no Scion, you're despicable. You act like you're better than me, with your morals and principles, you don't know anything. There's no such thing as a pure heart. You hear me? He was ranting now, flecks of foam flying from his mouth, his eyes wild. You don't know anything, child. You've never killed, not because it's wrong or some crap like that, because you don't have what it takes. I, on the other hand. He swung his arm downwards, launching a huge energy wave at the nearby city. I am the greatest warrior in the universe. No. That city. Gritting his teeth, Gohan raced after the attack, trying to intercept it. At the last moment, he swung around in front of it, blocking it with both hands. He struggled to push it back, fighting against its accumulated momentum. All those people down there, I won't let them down. Yah! He forced the beam back into the air, firing his own blast and extinguishing it. He smiled, sighing. That was a little too close. Suddenly, Tulse came rocketing in from the side, crashing into Gohan and slamming a knee into his face. Gohan fell away, and Tulse continued his assault, battering Gohan back and forth, beginning to draw blood with every strike. Ha! Not so super of a scion after all, huh? Ha! Cried a voice from the left. What, arg? Tulse felt an impact to his face that sent him reeling. Videl hung in the air next to Gohan, lowering her foot after the kick. You alright, Gohan? She asked anxiously. Yeah, thanks. I was in serious trouble there. Gohan had told frowned, igniting his aura and turning to face Tulse. Alright, I can't underestimate him anymore. He flew up towards Tulse, drawing back his fist to strike. It's over.